I picked it up and then I popped it and I gave it to her so she could throw it away. And then she just started telling me the story about how her husband died of a brain tumor in 1989.
Nice. Back on the Boiz.
Just,
You shouldn't have initiated, dude.
I should have just ran away.
Yeah, should have just let her
I don't know.
eat that balloon. You should let that balloon eat.
I'm in the senior care business.
Yeah,
I have
you're
to.
like, maybe she's demented.
I see an old person. I gotta help him out.
Yeah,
No senior left behind.
yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Welcome to the episode of the P-Boys.
Welcome.
Boys.
Matt, is there anything in the news right now that's going on in the world?
No, there's nothing interesting going on in
Really?
the world. There's no controversy.
No, there's nothing.
Everybody's behaving. Everyone's on their
Right.
best behaviors,
Everyone's
being
being
nice to
good.
each other.
God,
You know,
those Olympians just got kidnapped.
Olympians?
Yeah.
I didn't hear about this.
Iran,
Oh, okay.
Kidnapped
Yeah, yeah.
those-
Yeah.
those Jewish Olympians. We got to stop them.
they did. We should bomb them for doing something like that.
Yeah. Maybe, all these countries that have these missiles, they got to put them to use. What are they
Yeah,
just
what are these
sitting
missiles,
around for?
They're just not supposed to collect dust like
Right.
that. You
just
build
put the
these
missiles to use.
People worked hard on those missiles.
Right.
And there are poor children in Africa with no missiles.
No missiles at all.
So it's just not. You got to think of the poor kids who just love the opportunity
Right.
to go and bomb somebody.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah.
No, that's a good bit.
There's no poor kids in any other countries who wouldn't value these missiles.
Yeah. They would love the opportunity.
Right,
So
just to see them fly by.
Maybe
Just
Nepal wouldn't like them.
Who?
Nepal. I think they're like
Oh, okay,
chill.
yeah. Probably, or like Switzerland, they probably wouldn't like. But they're,
No, they fund missiles for everyone else. Switzerland is just a bank.
Switzerland.
Matt, get
is
into
just a
it.
Bank. Yes.
yeah, no, everything kind of sucks right now.
Yeah, it's shitty.
Yeah.
It's the Israelis are happy. Well, I don't know if they're happy.
Dancing.
I
They
think
were
they're
happy a
excited
couple
about-
of days ago, but then Iran hit them back.
Yeah,
That's kind of what
saw
happens
that.
when you launch missiles at someone. A lot of times,
Tend to,
that's what the poor African kids don't know.
Right.
Is that he launched
If
the
you launch a
missiles,
missile.
it comes back at you.
yeah.
If
If you give a mouse a missile, he's going to
Imagine
send
if they
back a
got
bunch more.
missiles.
you give a Jew a missile, that's
What if
This
we
episode's
gave
going to come out in a couple weeks, and this is all going to like. What if just in a couple weeks when this episode comes out, everybody's just dead?
it's just world.
Yeah.
It's like
And
breaking
there's
news.
nobody left.
Continent of Africa has missiles.
Yeah,
Don't know consequences. Stay tuned.
yeah. So I don't know. That's fun.
Yeah, it's just it's a real delight.
Yeah, I don't know. It's funny because it was like I was contemplating going to Iraq to like visit and learn about like my history or whatever.
You've never been there before?
I've never been to Iraq. I've never had a reason to go. And then like a day later, they're launching missiles at Iran, and I'm like, oh, okay, so I'm definitely not going to Iraq anytime.
Oh,
Not
Iraq got in
anytime
on the action too?
No, they're not in on the action. My aunt was telling me that they like they grounded all the planes and like no one's leaving, and they had to clear out the embassies and whatever.
Oh.
So, it's my dream of it wasn't really my dream. It was just I was considering traveling there.
Where
Make it
is your
your dream
family
now.
from? Is it Tel Kaif? Isn't that the city?
Tel Kip, yeah.
Oh, that's where
Whatever.
Chaldeans are from?
It's not where Chaldeans are from. That's just where
A big hub of them.
Yeah,
His
my-
Chaldeans are from.
my mom's side is from there.
Oh, okay.
My dad's side, I'm not exactly sure where they're from.
Got it.
But that's a popular one. Brittany's family is from El Kush, which is like another big village. that
Yeah,
everybody
when I was
loves.
in college, I smoked a lot of El Kush.
Ayo.
There it is.
There you go. But yeah,
Hitting you with that hard stuff.
Right off the bat.
so it sucks. So now I'm
Drop
going to
bombs.
some gay country to. I don't know.
You're going
be
to
gay, I
France?
guess.
Oh,
Yeah,
You're going to
Yeah,
come
Sam
back
Talent
loving
has-
guys' butts.
yeah, I think
Sam
so.
Talent had an interesting bit how, although, you go to Paris, there's, plenty of Middle Eastern influence
There is,
there.
yeah.
He was talking about how he went to a restaurant with his friend, and his friend now hates those people, and he was talking very poorly about them.
The Middle Easterners?
Yes.
The Arabs?
And,
did he talk about me when he was saying that?
he said, I have a really good friend, Joe Namath.
Right.
And I was on his podcast a couple months ago, and it was the greatest experience he's ever had.
Okay, cool.
And that everybody should like and subscribe to the Paradizo Films podcast.
Right.
Those were his words verbatim.
Yeah, I could see him saying that.
Yeah. And so he was talking about how, so he's visiting his friend, and the friend hates Arabs. And Sam was like, well, it's a little more, he tried to be all liberal and stuff. And then they went out, and the police came up to them at the restaurant. They were like, you guys should get out of here. Because there was a soccer match that was ending.
Oh, man.
And they were walking
they
away.
Love that shit.
And then the streets were just flooded with violence.
That's
a
incredible.
lot of those
Typical.
type of people just smashing
brown.
shit.
Yeah.
Violent frogs.
Yeah.
Old frogs.
Well, no, they're probably Moroccan or some shit like that.
Hey, I'm Moroccan.
Whatever. You count as Arab.
Technically.
You're one of the people he was talking about. My cousin lives there, and from what I hear, it's he says it's all fine, but everyone keeps track of the news over there because they want to tell him what's going on in the place that he lives, and so I always hear about that some knifing or some new shit that's going on there. But, so I'm excited to experience that.
Yeah, that sounds very exciting.
What if you go and just get knifed?
That'd be funny.
Hopefully, at least you get it on camera. That could be some good
Maybe
content.
I'll bring the camera with me. I'll do I'll recreate Sam's wide world, except it's me and Brittany, and I'm not Sam.
Right.
That could be fun. I don't know. I also got booked on a bunch of shows out there, so maybe I'll interview some French comedians and see
ask them what they think about Muslims.
Yeah.
I'm sure that could be some good content.
Be great.
You just got to get that one viral clip. You need to find the French Hawk Tua.
Yeah.
Is that version.
Right.
I think that's just a word in their language.
Yeah, probably.
Mm-hmm.
I think that just means bathroom.
Look it up, Jamie.
Yeah.
What does Hawk Tua mean in French? Or Arabic?
So this is something on what we were talking about earlier. A friend of the show, Izzy, I saw he posted a clip about this new thing called Project Esther. Have you heard about this?
I have not.
So it was, the Project 2025 that everyone was talking about?
Yeah.
This is kind of similar to that, but it's a way of minimalizing anti-Semitism in America. And so basically anyone who's ever criticized anything Israel or Judaism is put on this list, and then they can be deported from the country for saying negative things.
Which country is this?
The one that we're in.
Which one are United States?
Yeah.
This one?
Yeah.
Yeah, but okay, so that's only if you're. They can't deport you if you're American.
According to Izzy, they can. I didn't do any
if you're
independent
born in
research.
Where did he send you?
Yeah.
Where do they?
I have no idea.
Canada?
We got to get Izzy
Israel?
on the line and
Yeah,
find
we got to phone a friend.
We got to ring him back in. But
There's
I was
that.
freaking out when I saw that. Izzy really,
What if you're Jewish? I've got a lot of content out there. I've said some things.
You said some things.
Yeah,
I don't know. Guys, if you've heard about this, let us know in the comments. Are we safe? Are we on this list?
Yeah.
Well, we haven't said anything that nasty.
We haven't.
I haven't.
I've said some nasty
You've said
things.
some
A lot of
nasty-
it's on the
nasty shit.
Patreon, I think.
Yeah.
I hope.
We've all said some nasty shit on the Patreon. But
Subscribe
because was talking about how she's worried that her family is going to get deported, and for us not to
Or
say
you just
anything.
want that out there.
Oh, whatever. She shouldn't have told me.
You can blank that out.
Yeah, I'll blank her name, but they can tell from context clues. But still, it's so. And again, I don't know if any of this is true, but if that is, that
Dave Portnoy's on board.
yeah, he's all cool with that. I don't know. That just I saw Izzy post that earlier, and I was really upset watching that.
It's Project Esther, it's called.
Yeah.
Who the hell is Esther?
It's like named after some like Bible story or something.
It's the story of Purim. You don't know the story of Purim?
No, please educate us, man.
Well, gather around. It's your daily dose of Jew.
Isn't that Yom Kippurim?
Yammed up, dude.
No, that's
Get our
a
yams.
completely different holiday. So, the story of Esther. Once upon a time, the Jews were in the land of Shushan, which was in Persia.
I thought that was where the black people.
I believe it was a city.
Shushan?
Yeah, the city or the kingdom of Shushan, which is in Persia.
Okay.
And there was a king, and he had his like right hand man. His right hand man was Haman. That was his name.
Oh.
And Haman wanted to kill all the Jews, and he had this plot to kill all the Jews.
Oh, I think I have heard this before.
I
But
think
please continue.
I feel like I've told this story on the pod.
Yeah, I think you have because this is sounding really familiar. Isn't there some connection between him and Hitler or something like that?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, I did a show for one of these. That was when I did that Jewish show.
Yeah.
It was for a Purim.
That's right.
Yes.
Yeah, I remember
So I
you
told
telling
the
us this
story.
now. Yeah.
Yes. So Haman wants to kill all the Jews, and he's trying to tell the king, "Hey, you should kill all the Jews." And but the king was banging this smoking hot Jewish chick.
Yeah,
And she was like,
as they all
"Hey,
are.
you be getting this fine Jewish pussy. Don't kill all the Jews
Right.
and kill Haman instead." And the king was pussy whipped, so he said, "All right, that sounds like a plan." So that's what he did. And apparently Hitler is a descendant of Haman.
Yeah.
So all Hitler needed was Jewish pussy?
Yeah. I think that would have saved a lot of.
No, because Hitler is still the descendant of the bad guy, right? We needed who would have been the king who's banging the Jewish chick? I don't know.
Mussolini.
I guess
Winston
Stalin?
Churchill or
I guess
something.
the Allied forces
Maybe
were all
Stalin?
kind of in on it. I think.
I mean,
I think
don't
it's
know.
a bit of a stretch at that
If
point.
we're crunching the numbers, then maybe there were. Never mind. But yeah, so I'm excited for that to happen. Maybe I'll get to
thanks
go.
to kill all the Jews, or
No,
for
not
you going to
that.
Paris?
No, for me to be deported to Iraq.
Oh, right, for
Yeah.
all your anti-Semitic podcast content.
Yeah. Technically, I'm anti-Iraq too,
Okay.
or at least anti-Assyrian. Oh, we had a fun night at the Indy. Everyone gathered around and was talking shit about a dear friend of the show.
Oh,
A certain
the roast battle.
after the roast battle.
Oh, yeah?
Let's get into the roast battle. You can talk about your roast battle.
Yeah,
and
talk
then we'll
about
get
the
into
roast battle. What happened?
I won the first round against Jaron.
Yep.
I got some inside information that he didn't even write anything for me.
I could kind of tell.
Yeah, he was just kind of. I expected so much more. He's so good, but he underestimated me, who autistically obsesses over stuff.
Yeah, your opening bit about him looking like he should be a busboy at Leo's. That I think was one of my favorite things.
Yeah, and that wasn't even like a roast.
Yeah, that wasn't. But yeah, that was a good start.
He does have resting busboy.
He does. Yeah.
But yeah, so I won the first round by unanimous decision. And then the second round, I went against a girl.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when things get tricky.
Right.
We both did pretty good, but there is a female judge.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna act like I lost fair and square, but the female judge did only vote for her because she was a girl.
Yeah. She did that quite often.
Yeah, I think she only voted for girls.
Yeah.
When there were two girls against each other, she's like, "Oh my god."
Yeah.
I like your dress, but
I liked your jokes, but Malachi's were just like vicious, like you're fat and gross.
yeah, Malachi did pretty good. Malachi ended up winning it all.
He won. Yeah, Malachi won the whole thing.
Good for him.
Congrats to our boy. Even though, there might be some conspiracy around he shouldn't have won.
Is there controversy over
There's
the
a
win?
controversy again.
What's the
around-
controversy?
Well,
It was really close between him and Andy in the first round.
but I'm saying during the last round, two of the judges
Yeah,
voted
who made it to
for
the finals?
girl, and then Nick Kelly was the deciding vote, but then he decided to let the audience vote, and the audience voted for Malachi, and then Malachi just won the whole thing.
Wait, if two people voted for Emily,
Yeah, two people voted for
then
Emily,
she won.
and no one voted for Malachi, and then he had the audience decide, and then the audience decided Malachi, and so Malachi won the whole thing.
That is controversial.
Yeah, that is Nick Kelly, come answer
Yeah,
to the
Nick,
people.
you got
Nick,
some,
why do you keep making things
this,
weird?
dude.
Hey, at least that controversy sells. That's smart.
I think I do think there might be some insider trading. He probably wanted Malachi to win because Malachi lost to Sarah in the previous roast battle.
Oh, that was his redo.
Yeah, because he admitted to us he had Sarah win because he didn't have her win in the previous one or something like that.
The audience
Okay, so you got
really
goodwill
close.
that carries over from roast battle to roast
I guess.
battle. All right.
So Nick Kelly, you got some questions you got to answer, dude.
You got to come back on.
You got to come back, dude.
Nick, why?
Yeah,
He voted for me. Both
He did,
times.
yeah.
So
we can have guns
don't have
again.
beef with
yeah,
it.
we can have guns again,
Yes.
but they're over there. I don't really want to.
Yeah, it's too far away.
Yeah, so shout out
Enjoy
Nick
that
Kelly,
gun.
Dear friend of the show. Miss him so much. He's one of my favorite guys.
Nick Kelly?
Yeah,
Yeah, he's the man.
He's a good
Yes.
dude.
yeah.
I like Nick. Even though he believes in the globe, but
Yeah.
I'll forgive that.
Gay. But and Malachi afterwards, he was in disbelief. He told me, "I don't think I should have won," and I said, "Who gives a shit, dude? It doesn't
Yeah,
matter.
I
Like,
under-
none of this
I'll
matters."
take it.
I understand why now. I was like, dude, you won.
Yeah.
You're fair and square. Like, you both did good. You got the votes. He didn't get the votes?
No, you didn't get
hold
the
on.
vote.
Is there a monetary prize for this
Nothing.
one? Oh, that's lame. My
I think
first
he won like
roast
a
battle.
side thing.
My first roast
Yeah, I think
battle,
so.
I should have lost in the semifinals, but for some reason they put me forward, and then I lost in the finals to Steve Kaz.
Yeah, I remember you telling me this. Now you
Oh,
hate
that's
him.
where. Yeah, I remember you were in that one.
Yeah.
And I made $50,
Okay.
even though in the finals I had the single best roast.
Uh,
And then I kind of fucked myself with the third one. I just like ate shit on the third one. And Steve had 3 pretty solid ones that all got laughs. But my first one was better than any of Steve's. So, whatever.
yeah, that was the worst roast battle I've ever been on, which was, I've only been on 2. But because
Your personal performance or the whole thing?
no, the whole thing, because I remember everybody canceled like the day of.
Yeah, so many people canceled. It's fucking lame.
And so I had like all these jokes prepared, and then they brought some kid who wasn't even a comic. He was just a friend of somebody's who wanted to do it. And then I lost him.
Was he a black kid?
No, he's
What?
a white kid.
You lost to a random white guy that thought
Just
he
a
was gonna
random
roast
white
him?
kid. Yeah. It was brutal.
Joe.
That is brutal.
They
that was
said I had
fun, though.
better first two jokes, but then the third joke was weak, and so that's why they didn't give it.
Yeah, that's what happened to me.
Yeah,
It wasn't
Tell
just,
you look like Ross.
maybe. I think
That
he was
seems
talking
to-
about how
seems to be
hairy
the
I
crowd
was
winner.
or something.
This guy's hairy.
Yeah.
This guy's like a hairy Ross.
Yeah. What were you saying, Matt?
I'm saying I had a lot of fun that night.
Oh, okay. But yeah, so after the show, we were all hanging out, and everybody was sharing stories about our dear friend, our dear Assyrian friend. It was very funny because it was like every person had a story about like a time he was weird to them.
Really?
Yeah,
Huh. Interesting. Got a little bit of a reputation.
it seems so. He wrote some like article that was titled like "Too Assyrian to be Chaldean, but too Chaldean to be Assyrian" or some gay shit like that. And I'm like, dude, this is a problem that no one else
Yeah, it sounds like
in the universe
something
is
that
dealing
nobody
with right
gives
now.
a fuck about right now.
Fuck you, dude.
Oh, World War III is a brewing, but we need to talk
I
about
might be Assyrian.
Chaldean
What
versus
am I
Syrian.
gonna do? I need to write an article about this.
Yeah.
It's so fucking gay.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well,
I'm
you
glad
know,
he's back
it's,
in LA or wherever he is.
Oh, is he?
I don't know. Maybe.
Go do your thing, Paul. Best of luck to you.
Yeah.
Have you seen his special?
I've seen some of it.
I have not.
Yeah.
I think
I've
it's
seen him do it in person.
I've seen him ask people if they've seen it, and
yeah. That's what I was. I was kind of doing that.
yeah. Poor guy.
Yeah.
I don't think he's poor.
Okay.
Yeah, he's probably not doing bad for himself. There was something else I wanted to talk about. Oh yeah, I saw this morning. There is some conspiracy. I wanted to get your insight into.
All right.
This conspiracy
tangent.
that the Bigfoot is actually Cain from the Bible, like Adam and Eve's son, and he's cursed by God to like wander the wilderness for eternity.
Uh-huh.
And so I think it was like a Mormon thing that like Bigfoot is actually Cain from the Bible. And
Yeah, I don't know about
I've been seeing more and more like Bigfoot sightings popping up on my socials
That's
lately.
funny. I listened to a podcast about Bigfoot a couple months ago.
Yeah. I never
And-
looked too deep into it, so I wanted to see if you had
So,
any
well, this
insight.
podcast, it was this lady who, kind of, I want to say hunts Bigfoot, big feet. I don't know what the plural is.
Sasquatch.
Whatever. She doesn't hunt them like trying to kill them, but
Yeah,
she tries
wants to find
she
them.
tries to like communicate with them. Like, you know, the people who like summon aliens.
Yeah.
So her perspective is that Bigfoot, these creatures are these like advanced spiritual beings, and you can communicate with them, and they can like teach you like these deep insights about yourself, and they're they're like spiritual teachers if you want to commune with them, that kind of
Okay.
stuff. So like, I think she was saying either her or somebody she knew like came out and was like dealing with they're really trying to overcome their alcoholism, and they asked no, it was a human being, and asked the Sasquatch for help with their alcoholism. And I don't remember how, but they like the Sasquatch gave this person like vertigo, and it was like they were super dizzy for a while.
So they met the Sasquatch in person, or they were just praying to the Sasquatch?
I don't remember exactly. I think it's like you have to go and like meditate, and they love music. So if you play them like music, then they'll come and hang out with you.
Okay.
And then you could commune with them. I don't know if... I don't think she said anything about like physical contact, but it's like... I think you can communicate with them like telepathically.
Okay.
Um,
Holy shit! This is a whole new added lore to
Yeah.
Sasquatch.
All right.
I love
So
this.
apparently,
They're just big
yeah,
guys.
they're these big spiritual, basically shamans that
That's interesting.
you can summon them, and they can help you out with your bullshit.
Sure, they're not just monks that just stopped shaving.
Or
Just
Cain.
big hairy monk. Well, apparently they're like legitimately gigantic. They're like huge.
Yeah. So, Matt Yari, do you believe in Sasquatch?
Do I believe in Sasquatch? Well, I've never experienced Sasquatch. I've never had an encounter.
Okay.
Right, so I can't say, one way or another.
Yeah.
All I know is that, obviously there have been Sasquatch sightings, and this lady talked about it.
Sure.
So I'm agnostic on it. Let's put it that way.
Sasquatch.
I don't have any
Sasquatch
hard Sasquatch
Yeah.
beliefs,
Sasquatch Gnostic?
but
Squatchnik.
Sure.
I like Sasquatch Gnostic.
Okay.
Maybe I'm open to anything.
Yeah, I've never like seriously thought about it or like looked into the research or the the evidence, as they say. I've always just kind of looked at it as it's something that probably existed at some point in history, but I feel like we're advanced enough now that people would have cited one. And then if not, then there's something bigger at play, or like they're being hidden from us, or someone's
Certainly,
keeping them.
There may be people who would want to keep them hidden, especially
Exactly.
if they are these spiritual guides.
But I've always just been of the opinion that they probably existed, or like a Sasquatch type creature has existed, but they're either extinct or just like not.
I was at two things on that. Number one,
All right.
been a lot of talk about aliens last couple of years, and that's even becoming more and more mainstream.
Yeah.
That there are these extraterrestrials
Well,
who visit.
Aliens are too
UFO,
mainstream.
it's
I
not-
liked them before they were cool.
It's not aliens.
UFOs, but even within the UFO sphere, there are alien beings.
Okay. I see what you're
people who have these encounters. And so if there's aliens, then there could very well be Sasquatch. You know what I mean?
Sure.
It's not ridiculous. If that exists, then the Sasquatch is way less ridiculous. It means we live in a really freaky, weird realm.
Yeah.
And why wouldn't there be Sasquatch?
That's the thing. Is like I want all of this to be true, and I don't know
Isn't
why
that so much better?
any of this shit would be hidden. Like Sasquatch, Loch Ness monster, Mothman. Like I like that would all be like cool shit. Godzilla, sure. DB Cooper is another one. Yeah.
Harriet Tubman.
Yeah. I wish that was real. Yeah.
Definitely.
You know, slavery would be so different today if that was a true story.
Right.
I think Sasquatch and the aliens are real, and they're all on Epstein Island.
Right. That's where they're keeping them. And
I
that
think
pyramid.
that's what Epstein Island really is.
Maybe we should do a rank list of.
Maybe we should do a podcast on the
Yeah, maybe we should.
Maybe.
We should visit. We gotta find Bigfoot.
a rank list on what?
Of like supernatural beings.
Yeah, that'd be pretty
aliens
cool.
and Sasquatch and
Yeah.
unicorns and shit.
Mhm.
Maybe we can do that on one.
Unicorns aren't
Yeah, we could do
supernatural. They're real.
I'm not a huge. Unicorn would never really intrigued me, but the rest of them, I
So
was.
they would be at, they'd be
So
at the
you're
bottom
not
of your
gay.
list.
I'm not gay.
Are you sure you're going to Paris?
Hey, there you go. Yeah, dude, I'm gonna
What else? I had another thing about Sasquatch.
go smoke some fags out in Paris.
There you go.
You know, like that Kanye song. What was it called again?
Fellas in Paris.
What was it called?
Fellas in Paris.
Oh, okay. I thought it was called something
I
different.
never heard that song before. How does it go?
Ball so hard, motherfuckers want to find me. First fellas gotta find me.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah, wasn't that something?
Lemon, where do you want to go? What's your?
Lemon, what do you want to talk about?
I want to talk about where I want to go. Where do I want to go? Australia seems kind of cool,
Yeah.
other than like the nasty bugs.
Yeah, Australia seems kind of gross.
It seems like it'd be like cool to live there for like a month.
Yeah, the toilets go backwards. Apparently, that's pretty cool.
Like they suck the poop out of you. What?
That's why, like the toilets, they spin like counterclockwise or something like that. It's something about the gravitational pull. I don't
I
know.
don't think that's not true.
You don't think that's true?
I've heard it's not true.
Oh, okay. Then fuck whatever Australian told me that.
Oh, I had another. I just remember the thing
All right.
that I forgot.
Sorry,
before.
Lemon.
Apparently, there used to be like legitimate giants all over the earth.
Oh, I've heard this theory before
that's
too.
another
Yeah,
theory out there. Up until like relatively recently, like only a couple hundred years ago.
yeah.
Dude, fucking Goliath.
Goliath, yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Sure.
I mean, the Bible talks a lot about giants roaming the earth.
Yeah.
Yeah, therefore it's real.
Although they could have just been, talking about black people. Who knows?
Ayo.
Back then.
Are you talking about like the mountains, like the stone thing?
Not necessarily specifically, but apparently people have found like bones, like human bones that are like absolutely gigantic.
Okay.
Black penis.
And then like the Smithsonian Museum keeps confiscating these
Really?
bones and hiding them.
They're saying they're dinosaur bones.
Yes.
Dinosaurs weren't real, but giants they were.
Yes.
Have we ever thrown a dinosaur penis bone?
Well, there's no bones.
There's
in
no
penis.
bones in penis.
Why? Why is it called a boner?
Because it's hard. I don't know.
What the fuck?
But I've seen online like
You know how your
there's
penis is all wiggly right now?
Yeah, I thought it
Unless
was
it's
just-
got a.
I thought it was
Mine's
just
not.
no. I'm always
mine's
hard,
turtled
brother.
up, dude. I've
I thought
seen
it was
like
just a
some of these
malleable bone.
structures, like mountain structures, but then there's like a face carved into the side of it, and they say that like that was a fallen giant that like is like now part of like this.
So that giant fell and now it's stone.
Sure,
Like
whatever.
face plant. It was like wet cement when they were
Ew.
making the
That'd be
mountains.
funny.
Uh huh.
Yeah, I don't know. I've been looking at a lot into like Bible lore lately because it's kind of crazy shit, and you kind of like have to believe it if you're like following religion, even though like a lot of people don't really believe in it. And I don't really know if I believe in all of that, but I like to look into it and kind of see kind of the weird shit that could potentially be out there.
Bitch better not speak in church.
Who, me?
Bitches.
Oh yeah, dude. I hate bitches.
Let me ask you this.
What?
Joseph. So you obviously fuck with God. right?
Right.
You believe in Jesus as well,
Of course.
but you've never really studied the Bible. Have you ever read the Bible?
Not really. I mean, like we would like read it as like kids, but it was like I wasn't taking any of it in,
It's a lot
and I
to
never
grasp.
like looked into anything really. Like I've never tried to read it myself.
As an adult, you've never like read
Sat
the
down
Bible
and like
every
yeah.
day, no?
My wife does like this Bible in a Year podcast, but I don't know. I just never.
How
At
come you
the,
never plugged your wife's podcast?
No, she doesn't. She doesn't do the. She listens to the podcast.
Oh.
Yeah. No, she that would be funny. No, she's not a good Catholic. But
What?
And then also like I like listen to it at church, but again, it's like you're just like listening to it over time, like over weeks, in like mass intercut, like among other stuff, and also you're like half paying attention. So I've never like really taken it all in.
So let me ask you this, because this is what the viewers definitely want to hear.
Yeah,
So
they want to hear.
what is church like? You know, because I've never been to church. Do they read out of the Bible itself, or is
Yeah.
it just okay? So they read
So
the whole
I
thing.
can answer this.
All right, do you want to answer?
Did
it? I'll tell you.
were you ever a weekly churchgoer?
I go to church every week.
You still do?
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah.
All right. Yeah, well then, yeah, just check me for validity then.
All right.
It's been a while. So it starts, you like go there, you shake everyone's hand. You're like, hi, nice to see you.
Not necessarily, but you're.
Uh,
Yeah. Okay.
Hey man, I'm a Catholic. You're a Catholic too. You're supposed to.
I'm a Syrian dude.
So you greet those
Yeah, you
around you.
greet
You're like,
everyone.
hello, my brothers and sisters in Christ. And then they start reading some stuff.
Right.
So they read out of the Bible.
They play some songs. They read passages out of the Bible and they play some songs.
Sure.
And then they read some more passages out of the Bible and then they play some more songs.
Yep.
And then you do some like praying.
Right.
You know, it might not be the same prayer every week, but it is a prayer.
Sometimes it is.
Yeah.
So does it work like this? Do over the course of a year, do they read through the entire New Testament?
I don't think they get through the whole thing in a year.
Oh,
It's every year has a different gospel. So like it'll be like this is the year of Mark, this is the year of John. So I mean,
but
they
they
do-
do. Okay, so
they do cycle.
over a couple of years. You would have gone through the entire thing.
right.
Okay, because in Judaism, that's kind of how it works, where every year they do the whole Torah, right?
Okay.
So
the Torah is also a lot shorter than the Bible.
is it?
It's half of the Bible.
Yeah. The
The
Bible has
New
like
Testament's twice as long as the Old.
Oh no, I'm talking about like the whole Bible.
because the Bible has the
including-
Old Testament, which is the Torah, and then it has the sequel.
So here, I can let me break down
Got it.
the mass.
So you
version.
guys, so you also go through the first.
Yeah,
Testament.
so there's 3 readings in a mass. There's usually like a portion from the Old Testament that usually has something related or something that has to do with something coming in the New Testament.
Okay.
So it'll be like something about like, and a savior is going to come and he's going to save us all. But you know, they're kind of hinting at it.
Okay.
And then the second reading is like a letter from, you know, Paul, or like a letter from one of the apostles or something like that. That kind of has a similar message. And then there's the gospel reading, which is one of the, from Matthew, Mark, Luke, or John, like one of the, you know, the main 4 New Testament. And then after that, the priest will do a homily
The homily,
where he,
the deacon can do it too.
deacon, sure. A guy will come up and talk about how we can relate these stories to our real lives. And sometimes they're really boring or sometimes they're really engaging. Just depends on the priest.
Yeah, that was about the only part that was kind of entertaining. Like if you had like a slightly funny priest, or,
Yeah.
like deacon.
If it was like a lot of kids in the mass, they might like go around and like ask the kids questions. That was always a lot of fun.
They would have like a separate thing for kids for my church. They would,
So
like
maybe
bring them on
that's
the
what you should do.
basement.
If you know comedy and podcasting don't
Should
work
go
out, you
become
could
a
be
priest.
you'd be a fun priest, a funny priest. You could write Jesus bits.
I get
Can you
too
become
much
a priest
pussy
if
to
you'd
do
already
that.
had sex?
Yeah, you
Yeah.
can. You can.
You just
But
can't
you'd
get
have to
married.
like denounce your life.
You have
I
to
think
what?
like you'd have to like denounce your like former.
Hey, you basically become married to God.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
I'm
kinda
like
gay.
yeah. That
Oh, right, 'cause
I don't
priests
think
can't
I
be
would
married,
be able
right?
to, because I would have to get a divorce, and that's not really.
They don't like that.
Yeah,
Got
you can't
it.
do that. So
Okay.
I don't know.
You can
that I would
become a
be
deacon,
become
though.
I
priest.
forgot that because rabbis are basically all married.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're rock
Rabbis
stars,
are
dude.
Fucking hot
They're
shit.
required to fuck.
Basically, yeah.
Yeah, because don't they have to show other people how to fuck?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but they have to. But they don't show it. They don't do
Put
by
that
example.
inside of it.
They don't show it. They just do it.
They just verbally explain.
Put
what
your
you're
locks in
supposed
her
to do.
bagel.
Yeah, it's a
Put
demonstration
your,
of sorts.
Schmecky in her.
Put her locks in her bagel.
Simon.
Right, but rabbi. Okay, I mean,
Yeah.
within
Rockstar rabbi.
within the religious community, the rabbi is like, I mean, he's a stud. That's some top shelf dick.
Right.
A lot of rabbis are,
Everybody wants a
they're
rabbi.
married to a fine ass, nice Orthodox girl,
How do I become a rabbi?
Yenta.
You gotta be Jew.
Can I,
You
like,
gotta go
convert?
to rabbinical school.
So I can convert and then like go to school for it and then start preaching and stuff.
Yeah, that's the exact process.
Yeah.
Yep,
Nice job.
That's it?
you nailed it.
All right.
Sign me up for your synagogue.
I'm gonna take your word for it. You do represent all of Jew, so
Well, you got to talk to a rabbi who, converts you. And then you got to, bro, do you know how much studying that includes? You have to go to fucking, what's it called? Yeshiva? You want to go to yeshiva?
You want to do that?
yeah,
You get a free trip to Israel, so that might be cool.
You do get a free trip to Israel.
Jews do love free stuff.
Yeah. You fit right in.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
See, I'm one with the culture.
Right, and then you wouldn't have to get a job. You just be a
Yeah.
rabbi.
That would be my job. Well, that would be my devotion.
Do they get money? Do they
Rabbis? Yeah, of course.
Get paid? Okay. Nice.
Yeah, they gotta.
It's pretty
I
cool.
mean, they
They gotta
got to
take
be
the girls out.
They got to get those black 3-piece suits.
Well, they're usually
Nice
three-piece
economic
suits.
Oh, they're not?
Yeah.
I thought they were.
No, they're not that nice.
Okay.
Can you have like a cool yarmulke? Like, can you have one like custom made with like a
All
like the,
yarmulkes are cool as fuck, bro.
I mean, like, can you have like the
are you
Tigers
implying
logo?
that there's a not cool yarmulke?
No, I
out
mean,
there?
like,
You
can
should-
Can you have like a pussy magnet? Like
Are you going to do a walkout to your fight on Saturday?
with the yarmulke on?
Yeah,
With the yarmulke
is
and,
rarely flagged behind you. And then after you beat-
klezmer music.
Are you fighting a
Hey,
Palestinian?
That's some what's it called? Fiddler on the Roof playing.
Are you fighting a Palestinian?
Tradition? Well, now it's an Iranian guy. So we're gonna meet.
You're fighting an Iranian guy?
Yeah.
Are you for real?
No, I have no idea.
Oh, okay.
Crazy.
That'd be insane.
Apparently, there's a bunch of Brazilian dudes.
Oh,
This
okay.
episode of the P-Boys is brought to you by Level 8 Luggage. That's right. If you want to make travel less of a hassle, go to the website, check out the things they got. They got some cool stuff up there. It's nice carry-ons if you're traveling all the time. They got the Gibraltar aluminum carry-on. It's 20 inches. They might have different sizes, but, it's a cool thing. Gibraltar sounds like a cool thing, doesn't it? I think it's like a base or something. Don't you want to be based? We have a coupon code. You just go to the website, you enter our code, level 8 boys 10. You'll get 10% off all our products, and that doesn't expire. You can use it unlimited times. Every time you buy something, because you're going to find that you want more of this level 8. You're going to want 8 level 8s. Like, why would you just have one? That's not level 1. That is level 8, number 8, and then boys, BOYZ, and then the number 10, 10. Freaking go buy some luggage. You're going to use it. Why would you not? You can save money on it. You're going to spend more than you need to. Don't do that. All right.
It's the
That's
international Brazilian.
It's a lot of Brazilians and Jews in Brazilian jiu-jitsu.
Yeah.
They're like secretly Nazis. So
Some of them.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, not the. I mean,
They have heritage from those.
my
that-
understanding, they mostly went to Argentina.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, South America.
Argentina, Brazil.
have you seen that movie, The Boy from Brazil?
No.
It's about a boy who's Hitler's
Brazil?
clone.
Oh.
Yeah.
What?
Hitler's clone.
Mhm.
So that's
From
different
Brazil?
from boys from Brazil?
What's Boys from Brazil?
It's like something different. I don't know. I started reading the book. It was really boring, but it wasn't about Hitler's clone.
What
It was like about a group of Nazi hunters.
Maybe it is about the same thing. Let's find out. Jamie, what's Boys from Brazil about? Boys from Brazil. Dr. Joseph Mengele clones Hitler 95 times and hopes to raise the resulting boys in Brazil, give them a childhood identical to Hitler's.
I should have finished
Crazy.
that book. The
Yeah,
narrator
dude.
was so boring, Joseph.
I mean, that's.
And the doctor would...
I've never seen it, but that's such an engaging story.
I want to
would-
see that.
yeah.
Is an
I want to read the book. I
interesting
want to
story.
see it.
They'd
We should- maybe
probably
that should be
really
some-
good at soccer too.
That should be some Patreon content. We live watch Boys from Brazil.
And then Schindler's List.
Yeah. So we got to equal it out, you know?
Right. Yeah.
Well, the Nazis aren't the protagonists in the movie. They're still bad guys. What do you mean even it out?
Yeah. They're always the
Well,
bad guys.
Okay, whatever.
Even though the government, the American government recruited
Also,
a
that
bunch
movie
of
implies
Nazis.
Joseph Mengele would still be alive. Did he die? What was his deal?
Oh, he got away.
No.
Oh,
He
really?
never got caught.
Really?
I'm sure he's dead now, but
Yeah, I mean, probably. But
yeah, he never got
Wow.
punished for his
Damn.
evil doings.
You know that?
Well,
yeah,
if
Lemon's
they
a
caught
big
him,
Lemon's a big World War II guy.
if they caught him, they didn't make it public knowledge.
Yeah.
But they're like years after World War II, there was like still ongoing searches for him.
What
No,
were
then
we
he
talking-
must have snuck off into Argentina.
Yeah, but so did
Probably.
a bunch of other guys. They got all of them.
Yeah,
He, like,
Hitler died in Argentina.
Mengele probably
And
like
apparently
got
he
that
had
shit.
2 daughters.
He didn't die. In
Yeah, I
Argentina.
saw something about that recently.
Yeah.
He fucking
No,
shot himself.
this was a thing like
No,
a couple
he did
years
not.
ago.
The skull of the alleged Hitler body was a female skull.
Well, Hitler was a bitch.
No, this like a couple years ago. There was something about like the real Hitler was found and like.
Why
that-
can't we just accept that?
Yeah, I don't know. It's been almost 100 years. Like
Who looked
he's
into
dead
that?
by now.
Who looked into that? Like, I don't think that's fucking Hitler, bro. That looks
don't
like
know.
a bitch.
No, I think, because the CIA knew where he was. Like, there's like files on him.
Really?
What was the
I didn't
CIA
know that.
doing in 1942?
What?
What were they doing in 42? When
No,
when did
this
the
is-
CIA come around?
I believe in the 40s.
So, like, okay.
And then Hitler allegedly died in like the mid 60s. And the CIA knew about it.
Anyway, so I
He
wanted to look into, or I've been looking more into like Bible stories and whatever, because I was becoming fearful that we might be in the end times, and
We probably are.
because there's like some connections between like Revelations and like what's and like
Elon
stuff that's
Musk
been
is
going
there-
on in
That's
the
been
world
going
today.
on literally
Yeah,
our entire lives and the lives before. Everyone makes a connection because everything is so vague. They're like, this is exactly what the Bible said. It's like, oh, and when the river turns red, like rivers literally turned red, but it's just like rust. This shit always happens. So
Yeah,
just don't panic.
There was
That's all I'm
another
saying.
thing.
I'm
hold
not
up.
panicked. I don't
but-
really care, but I just wanted
Hold
to
up,
like look.
there's some
into
other like shit going on.
What's that?
There's another biblical prophecy about about red heifers.
Cows or whatever.
Yeah, so like red cows are extremely rare,
Uh-huh.
and apparently there was like a prediction that a bunch of red cows are going to be born, and they were like within the last couple of years, and they shipped them out to Israel or something.
What the fuck?
Yeah, they were
Interesting.
born in like Texas.
Is that what the war's over? It's just like, we want those fucking red heifers.
We just got to make sure that they're kosher.
Is that what they're aiming their missiles at?
Maybe that's what it is.
I don't know, but something about red heifers, and then yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, cause I was trying to find out like what the Catholic point of view on Israel is, because I feel like a lot of Catholics are pro-Israel, and I guess the traditional like Catholic belief is that the state of Israel as it exists isn't what was told in the Bible, the biblical times, and that when they speak of like Israel in the Bible, what they're actually talking about is the Catholic Church, and that it's like branches of a new tree of like the chosen land. But the thing, a lot of Catholics support it because it's like the conservative opinion to have, and like a lot of Catholics are conservative, and also because it's like the
Jews are God's chosen people.
I don't think a lot of Catholics believe that. I think it's more so.
That's like, as far as my dad, that's like his whole
Really?
reason.
Then why is your dad not
supporting-
Jewish?
Because they didn't find Christ. But in the Bible, God says the Jews are His people, so like you have to go by that.
I don't know. I think there's a lot of good stuff in the Bible, and although I say I'd like to learn more about it, I'm probably not going to anytime soon. I keep saying like I'm gonna be a better Catholic like later in life.
Okay.
I'm gonna like turn into like a monk or something when I'm like 60 and like live on a farm and like make honey or some shit.
That's sinful. You're
Dude,
living.
that's
You're
what I
living with
wanna
sin
do
with
so
the
bad.
aspiration of just being like, okay, yeah, never mind all the stuff that I did. You have to devote.
Wait, what?
You're like living a life of sin. You're just like, oh, I'll just make up for all of it at the end. You have to devote your entire life. You can't just have like a plan.
Why are you telling me what to do, Lemon?
Yeah,
I'm just telling you the rules.
Joseph probably sins way less than you, Lemon.
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
So
I'm not a
what
good
are you
Catholic.
preaching? That shirt is a sin, Lemon.
Yeah,
Where the
This shirt
fuck you
fucking
get that
rules.
thing?
This shirt rules. Shut
Yeah, it
up.
rules in hell.
No.
There you go.
Heaven and hell.
Yeah, the Paradizo logo is actually like a biblically like what the Bible describes as like what angels look like is like a big wheel with eyes on it, and it spins and it looks in all directions, and it's
it tells
flying.
conspiracies.
It tells you conspiracies. And I remember when I like heard about that, I was like so freaked out, and I couldn't go to sleep because I thought like, what if that just appears in my bedroom, and that would be like
A wheel with an eyeball and wings.
yeah,
Your
That would
guardian
freak
angel's
me
just
out
like,
as
don't
well.
worry, I got you. Ah!
yeah.
Yeah. didn't realize.
But then I embraced it, and then when I came up with the idea for Paradiso, I was like, that'd be kind of a sick logo. So,
What?
but it's really freaky. Like if you,
I dig it.
I always thought the angel of death seemed fucking cool. I can't remember the proper term, but it's just like this dude that like God lets like judge for him.
Yeah, it is kind of freaky looking.
yeah,
It's pretty psychedelic. That's some ayahuasca shit.
yeah.
Sick.
I feel like you've probably seen this before.
Oh yeah.
Nah, the
No.
thing I talked to was way more praying mantis-y.
Really?
It was a big stringy thing of light.
This shirt rules.
Fantasy. You know what I've always wondered about people when they take psychedelics is like there's specific images online of characters that you see like on psychedelics. Is that like what you saw or no?
I haven't seen any of those specific images.
There's like the
honestly.
DMT time gnomes.
A lot of people talk about mechanical elves. I did not see any mechanical elves. I saw this big, like, it was like long beams of light. It almost looked like a gigantic praying mantis made out of light beams.
Yeah.
That was the first night. And then the second ceremony, bro, I saw this weird elephant thing. It looked kind of like an elephant with like basketballs and soccer balls and forks and spoons shooting out of its mouth.
Really?
Oh.
Vaguely
very
remember
specific.
something like that. Yeah, it was weird.
So do you like close your eyes and see this, or is this just in front of you?
No, yes. Okay, so that's where I think I sort of fucked up on the second ceremony.
Okay.
Because the second ceremony, I saw that weird elephant thing, and then I saw this black and white lizardy thing kind of crawling around. And at some point, I opened my eyes, and then I kept them open for the rest of that ceremony.
Yeah.
And I stopped seeing things.
So do you like? Oh, really?
And
That's
I
interesting. Did you try and close your eyes after that?
No, I didn't think to. And then I was looking back, I was like, why? I don't know. I'd probably, if I was going to do it again, I would close my eyes the whole time. But when I opened them, I could see the room. I didn't have.
So
any
were you
hallucinations.
aware of like thought and that like you were at a place and that there was people around?
Yes.
But you were
I
also
still
just
knew
seeing
where I
things?
was. Well, when I opened my eyes, I could see everything perfectly clearly. Like it wasn't any different, you know? I could see everything that was around me. When I closed them... Yeah, obviously when I closed them, I couldn't see the room anymore. I could just see these fucking weird alien things running around. Yeah, that shit was freaky, dog.
So it was only when you closed your eyes that you saw stuff?
Yes.
Okay.
That's how the only like hallucinations I've had were like with my eyes closed. Whereas like one time I saw like this, I was like looking up at the sky and it looked like clouds and stuff, and there was like an explosion, I guess, of smoke. It just like came like being through, and then it became like a lion. It was really sick. And then another time I was drifting through space, and there was like a void that was like calling to me, and I was like, oh shit, I wanna go. It seems so cool.
Yeah.
And then the closer I got, the more scared I got, and then I started panicking. I was like, oh man, I'm leaving my family behind. What if I don't get to come back? They're gonna miss me. And then I heard like a noise upstairs. I was like, my family's there, and I like snapped out of it, and there was no one upstairs. So like, ooh, spooky.
Very spooky.
Yeah. So how do you know once you're off of ayahuasca?
I mean, it wears off.
What happens when it wears? Like you just like, how long did it go for?
I think it was around like 3 to 4 hours.
How do you know you're not still tripping?
Yeah. What if this whole podcast is just you?
I'm
like,
still on ayahuasca.
Yeah.
I have been for the last 2.5 years.
Yeah.
Maybe. Well, I
It's
haven't
only
seen
been 1
any
hour.
machine elephants with basketballs and forks coming out of its face
Yeah, but how do you explain
lately.
me?
Huh?
How do you explain me?
How do you explain that
I
shirt?
wish I could, Lemon. I don't know. That baffles the mind.
You think an artist of this world could come up with such a
Trippier
concoction?
than any psychedelic I've ever taken.
Complex character like Matt Lemonsack.
Yeah, exactly. So okay, what I mean, yeah. By the time it ends, you're pretty much back to normal.
Okay.
You know, you're still still a little like physically wobbly. It's kind of like you were drunk. When you're on ayahuasca, you're physically, it feels kind of like being drunk.
Yeah.
Like a little, you're not supposed to get up and walk around, but I did. Because the second night was kind of a freaky, I don't know, it was not a great experience.
Okay.
Again, I probably should have closed my eyes. Maybe it would have had a
maybe.
better resolution. But,
So when you had your eyes open, were you just hearing voices, or what was?
just having a lot of really crazy, rapid thoughts.
Okay.
There's like just tons of thoughts all at once.
It's like a very heightened conscience.
Something like that. It's hard to explain. It was weird because it was very sexual the second night.
Ooh.
Like I had this
tricking off.
I had this weird
Who are you with?
No, it was just a bunch of people, and I had this weird thought that like I either had to fuck somebody or I was going to die. Like that night. Like I had to and I was like, that's weird. I can't just fuck somebody, and I was like, well, I guess I'm gonna die then. I'm like, fuck it, I can't, what am I gonna do, rape somebody? It was weird.
Could have asked maybe some
And
person
then-
heard this.
And that's why I got up and I started walking. I was like, I don't want to be here anymore.
Yeah.
And then one of the facilitators,
He fucked
he was a dude. He came up to me, and I didn't say it out loud, but I was like, I'm not gonna fuck you. Like that's what I was thinking.
Did you end up fucking anybody that night?
I did not. No,
You,
Well,
you
you're
survived.
still
though.
alive. Yeah.
I'm
You
still
survived.
alive. So I guess it
Congratulations.
Good.
was.
Oh, thank God.
It was weird.
Funny fucking thing. I need to fuck someone, or I'm going to pass away.
Yeah. So it was a life or death situation.
Yeah, they got to have like hookers on standby just in case.
Right, just in case. I don't even know if I could have gotten hard at that point.
Really?
I don't know if.
And then you've been like,
maybe.
no, I'm going to die.
I mean, if I had
can't-
sat down and some girl started sucking my dick, then maybe. But that didn't
That
happen.
usually does it
Right.
in the worst of cases.
Yeah. Then I probably would have seen some crazy shit at
Probably.
that point.
Yeah. We were talking about a couple weeks ago, the one time I tried to get drunk. And I said that I didn't enjoy it, and I just felt like throwing up the whole time.
Yeah.
Well, it's because I was drinking vodka and wine, and I've heard that those
Ugh.
aren't good to like.
Wait.
Together or
Mixed
just
or
No, not
se-
mixed, like separately.
Okay.
I had like
Mixed sounds awful.
I had like a couple glasses of wine, and then I had a couple like vodka bullshit, whatever, martini bullshit, gay shit.
Yeah.
And then more wine after that. And then I just felt like I was going to throw up for the rest of the
Yeah,
night.
mixing
sounds like a
different
good night.
types of alcohols is not a good idea.
That is the only time I ever noticed like any kind of difference in the morning, because I'll have like 2 different kinds of liquors, and then like beer and seltzers.
Yeah, those hangovers are nasty.
I don't really get hangover. The only time I ever like get anything close to a hangover is when I do that, or if I just don't drink water. But I'm like really good at not getting hangovers. I've had like 2 real ones ever, and like a couple of half ones.
Yeah, I've only had beer once, and I thought it was horrible, and I was like, I can't believe people willingly drink this.
Try this seltzer.
I've had
Try this whole thing.
No, I'm not gonna do it. You put your mouth on it. I've had those before.
You've put your mouth on worse things of mine.
Ayo. I've had those before. Those are fine. I just don't. It's too many calories. I don't know. I don't want to waste calories on drinks.
Yeah, that's what I don't like about beer. Is it's like cheaper, which is why I keep getting it at bars and stuff. But it's like double the calories of like a seltzer.
Do you think you're ever gonna go sober?
It's in the realm of possibilities, but like at this point, you know, it's I like where I'm at, you know.
Yeah, I've been thinking pretty hard about like total sobriety.
Yeah,
because I was of the opinion that good chance I would do ayahuasca again, and definitely do shrooms again, and absolutely smoke weed many more times in the future. But over the last couple of weeks, I've been like really thinking about it and like listening to different people talk about it, and the idea of 100% sobriety just makes a lot of sense to me right now.
Yeah.
And that includes, by the way, doom scrolling on fucking social media.
Bad one.
Because that is a drug.
Yeah.
Just like, it's just, it really is.
Yeah.
You know? And it's like, so I've been like very, very conscious of as little social media scrolling as possible. And I've been a lot more clear-headed.
Yeah, I felt like more clear-headed when I stopped smoking weed, but I've been back on that wagon. I've been smoking every day again.
Yeah.
I'm a sinner.
Weed is, weed and social media are they're very pernicious because they seem so harmless. And in a way they kind of are, but that almost makes them more harmful.
They make it easy to harm yourself with.
Well, it's because, okay, so it's like if you drink too much, like you do some stupid shit and you hurt yourself, you can really fuck up your life very quickly and easily with alcohol. But you can't really do that with weed, so it's so much easier to justify, but it fucks up your life in way more subtle ways. And I would say, again, too much social media is the same thing.
Yeah.
Right? Because it captures your consciousness and then just kind of turns you into an idiot.
Yeah.
And you can't concentrate and you can't get any real work done because your brain is so used to scrolling, and it's stimulating enough to where you just keep doing it.
Yeah. I heard an interesting comparison about it that you're literally doing nothing when you're on social media. Like you're doing absolutely nothing.
Right. You're not getting anything done.
Yeah. But you feel like you are because you're scrolling and you're looking at stuff and you're like, the brain is like stimulated and you're looking at things and you feel like you're being productive, or you feel like, oh, look at that. But in reality, your body is just sitting in place looking at a thing and
you're getting nothing done.
Yeah.
And if the part that I'm still trying to sort of work through is there is like some legitimate educational material,
like Hitler was dead in the 60s.
Yeah, exactly. I learned that on social media, so that justifies the usage of social media, because how else would I know that?
Right.
That absolute fact that is 100% verified because I saw it on an Instagram post.
Yep.
And I personally experienced it myself.
Uh-huh.
I talked to Hitler actually in the 60s.
Yeah. You were on ayahuasca. You went back in time.
Yes.
You met Hitler. He was the elephant.
Right. Yeah. So what was I saying? Right. So that's like the double-edged sword of social media.
It does have some good.
It does have some utility, exactly.
Yeah.
So you can legitimately learn some shit,
and you can stay in touch with your tribe.
You can stay in touch with people. Like, I've met so many people because of social media.
I think you just have to be sure to use it as a tool.
Yeah, that's the thing.
You know?
That's like the thing with AI. I've been seeing people on Facebook argue about using AI comedy posters. And I agree that's like kind of lazy and retarded, the amount of people who just generate an AI poster that says comedy show, date and time, because it's like you couldn't, like you just had to generate
you
that.
gotta have a cool graphic, you know?
Yeah, but they rarely do, and they all look the same. Anyway,
Darren Lewis's are cool.
everybody, no, a lot of people have been getting upset about that on Facebook. In my opinion on AI has always been just, like, if you use it as a tool and then like you can make shit on your own but still use AI to help you. Like, you can find inspiration, or you can use like AI plugins to like remove a background or to add something to the image, or, you know, change someone's expression. But yeah, some of the like people who just generate an AI poster, I'm like, you could do a bit more than that. What?
It's fair.
Oh, okay.
Oh, no, nothing.
Yeah, if that doesn't signal the end times, then I don't know what does.
Yeah.
People generating AI comedy posters is the first sign of the Antichrist,
Right.
according to the Bible.
Yeah, it says that in the Bible, that shitty open micers were going to make AI posters for their comedy shows.
That's the mark of the beast.
Yeah.
They're not shitty open micers, you know? Some of them are just open micers.
Some of them are regular open micers. But yeah, people have
They're
been really
open micers.
mad about that and getting a little feisty in the comments and the Facebooks.
That's gay.
Yeah.
I saw that one post, yeah.
The one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you seen multiple?
I've seen some people, yeah.
Oh, I only saw the one, and then I saw like two people arguing. Both names start with a D.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about. I don't know if he likes me or not.
Which one? The
Not
one that was in support of AI?
No. Him, I know he likes me, but
Or
the
the one
other
that
one,
book shows?
yeah, the other one, I don't think he likes me. And
His name starts with a D. I actually don't think I watch any. First of all, I barely watch or listen to any podcast.
Yeah.
There's literally one podcast that I listen to consistently.
what's that?
It's
Tim Dillon.
no, which I should, because I love Tim Dillon. It's his name is Alex Zek.
Alex Zek.
Yeah, so he's all about like health and spirituality and maybe a little bit of conspiracies.
Okay.
He was kind of more into conspiracies before, but now his whole thing is like the more you think about it, the more you actually empower them. Even if, like, the more you obsess over it,
Yeah.
you actually empower them.
That's
I'm of
fair.
that mindset.
And that the whole point is like, yes, you should be aware that, yeah, there's these people doing fucked up shit and they run the world and they start wars and they rape kids and do all that. But like, really, the whole point of all that is to bring you back to your consciousness and your like divinity and take control of your own life by taking care of your health and, you know, your personal life and attuning to your best self, that type of deal, you know?
Nice.
So that's the only one that, like, when a new one drops, I definitely listen to that. But then there's a couple that I will occasionally.
Yeah.
Like Dave Smith, I like when he talks about politics, even though ultimately I think he misses the point on a lot of things.
Yeah, he kind of grandstands a lot.
It's not even that. It's, you know, I've obviously talked about the banking class, and he won't touch that. Like, he still talks about the president and these world leaders as if they are the seat of power. Which I don't like, which is the paradigm that most people kind of see things at.
Yeah.
Right? Because, like, oh, who am I going to vote for? And at least he recognizes that both parties suck, but then his perspective is like he's a libertarian.
Yeah.
And I don't think that's a viable solution. I think the only real solution is that the whole thing is just completely criminal. Like, fundamentally, it is a criminal organization, in my opinion.
Yeah, and then libertarian like seems practical, but then the whole problem is the corporations are running everything as it is, and then libertarian is like giving them like full control. or for like full freedom. It's like less government restrictions for like corporations and shit.
You got him, dude.
What?
You got him.
What?
on the
No, I'm like
corporation.
agreeing with you.
Yeah.
That like libertarianism.
So what
kinda
podcast do you
moves out.
hate?
Time out.
watch.
Libertarians would basically allow corporations just free range to do whatever they want.
Yeah. isn't
Well,
that
yeah,
like-
libertarians are like free market. Like,
yeah.
Yeah.
It's like just like less
Capitalism.
government involvement in our lives. Which that's like at surface level that seems like cool, but then it's like less regulations for like companies and stuff. So like monopolies, I believe, would be illegal in a libertarian society.
Well, monopolies basically already exist anyways.
Yeah, they found the loopholes.
Right. So whatever regulations we have,
Right.
they suck.
I have a monopoly on posting Paradizo
Whatever
content.
regulations we have, they suck Sasquatch dick.
Yeah.
That's how big a dick they suck.
They do okay.
Because
it's
everything
just-
is horribly, horribly regulated.
Yeah, the system is very malleable though.
Our medicine sucks. Our food sucks. Our school sucks. So the idea that we're regulating these things is just not true.
Yeah, there's like legally bug parts in coffee and
Yeah.
chocolate and stuff.
I've been drug free for a long time, but I had to take this ball medicine, so I've been on that lately.
Ball, like testicle
Like for
medicine?
your-
Yeah.
What's wrong?
Did
with
I not talk to you guys about
What's
that?
wrong with your
No.
testicles?
My balls?
What's
No,
wrong
I
with
didn't
the
know.
meds?
Tell us about your.
I can't believe I haven't told you. I feel like all my sets lately have been about this, but
I haven't heard about your
Yes, I haven't
dilemma.
seen you do
Yeah,
stand up in a minute.
my balls have been in a lot of pain.
Oh, yeah.
So I got an ultrasound, and there's a tear on my left ball. So,
What did
you
your
do?
left ball
Probably-
is torn?
Yeah,
How
Probably
did that
squats.
happen?
probably exercise. I don't know. I think it's like common.
Really?
Yeah.
Is it like your actual testicle?
Yes. Not like the sack, like the ball itself.
That's
Like,
actually
it felt like out of place.
how does
And
because you don't use that for anything.
yeah, I've never used my balls before, so I don't know.
Have
how-
you not been coming?
No, I've been coming.
Have you been coming too much?
Maybe, I don't know, but I think it has something to do with exercise. I thought it was a hernia, but it was not. But it's like a small tear, so I have to take these ball antibiotics, and it's gonna fix it apparently. But I put it off for like a month because I never wanted to have to show someone my penis. And then finally it got to the point where like I was just
The pain was too bad.
yeah, I mean, it felt like my balls were out of place.
That's
It
like the
literally
worst-
felt like they were. Yeah, has that ever happened to you?
Yeah, I pulled a muscle in my groin before,
Yeah.
and like when they feel like they're going out of place,
It
like
felt
it
like
feels
one
like
of them
at
was
any
higher
moment.
than the other one.
Yeah, and like at any moment, it feels like one of them could just get sucked up inside of you.
Yeah. It was
It's
very
such a
uncomfortable
weird
for a
feeling.
very long
You put up with
time.
that for a month.
But
crazy.
I
I
never
did like 3 days.
I never told anyone because I didn't want to show anyone my penis.
Mm.
And then my wife was like, "You need to fix your balls," and I was like, "All right." So I got an ultrasound, and it's because you don't want you never have a smaller penis than when you're getting an ultrasound, you know.
It is
I've
cool.
never
They
gotten a
put-
penis ultrasound.
Well, I'm telling you now, if you want to have a good penis, don't. And yeah, I don't know. I didn't want to show anyone my penis because it's weird.
Whatever.
So I was
many
gonna like put up with
penises,
it
dude.
for a long time, but no, it was I have a torn ball, so I have to take this medicine to fix it.
Well, plenty of people have seen my penis.
I'm glad you got it taken
Yeah,
care
but
of.
that's the bit I've been doing is that like when you show your penis to someone, it's either like enlarged or you were a baby, and now you have to show someone your baby penis, but you're like an adult man.
I mean, I went to summer camp for many years,
Oh, okay.
and we all
Well, I
saw
didn't
each
do that.
other's penises. I've been to
Show you
plenty
guys
of
my
locker
penis.
rooms. You know, there's been a lot of exposure to penises.
I know, but I'm saying like me, I don't like.
Never done any of that.
I keep my towel on. You know, I slide my underwear on under the towel.
Gay.
Yeah, I could do that, but I like to walk around naked and
Really?
show everybody.
I'm glad I don't
And
go to
there's
your
people
gym,
who
dude.
are,
That's-
there's
There's
people
that do
minding
that.
their own business, and I say, hey, could you take a look at my penis?
Yeah.
This
Take a
left testicle feels.
yeah, I asked the
It's-
guy at
it's
the gym, can you
uncomfortable.
grab my balls and
Is
tell me
there-
how they feel?
Does that look right to you?
But yeah,
Come on,
so
can I grab yours to compare?
They
inshallah,
usually grab
my
it.
balls are going to
and-
fix or get back to normal.
Oh. Okay.
Nice. Yeah, so that's what I've been going through.
You're like afraid
rough.
to show people your
It's tough.
penis, though.
It's not that I'm afraid to show people my penis.
Why don't you just whip it out right now and get comfortable with it?
Yeah, that's a good point. I should do that.
We're all dudes here.
I just thought it was gonna go away, and I never really.
Like your dick was gonna go. Oh, you thought your ball was just gonna heal.
The
My
problem.
yeah, I thought it was just
No,
gonna fix.
That's probably what I would have done.
Yeah.
Honestly.
You were just silently enduring ball troubles.
Hold up. So they gave you antibiotics because you have a torn nut.
Apparently,
Yeah, no, it heals like.
Antibiotic is somehow going to heal a tear in your ball.
I have
Yes.
no idea.
Yeah,
That
has
doesn't
something to
make
do with
any
controlling
sense to
like
me.
blood
My
flow.
parents are adamant that I take the pills, so I got
crazy
the
shit I've ever heard.
ultrasound. I didn't pick up the pills for like 4 days. They were at the pharmacy. They kept calling me because I was too busy like podcasting and going to open mics to go to the
Yeah,
pharmacy.
that makes sense.
And then my mom forced me to go to the pharmacy, so I got them, but then I still didn't take them. And then the other day, my wife has been forcing me to take them.
She's been forcing you.
Good,
Yeah.
Brittany, stay on him about
I
this.
yelled at her for grabbing my balls. Shit.
Mm.
It's like, stop! You know I'm in pain.
She's got you by the balls, huh?
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's quite a situation. you got
Inshallah,
there.
when this episode comes out, my balls are fixed.
Yeah.
So stay tuned for the ball update.
Definitely.
Leave a comment.
Give it a week.
Yeah.
I
Or you just
don't-
take them every day for a week, or just until they run
Supposed
out.
to take two a day
Like
For how
sometime,
long?
or
for 10 days.
Oh, that's not that long.
Yeah.
It's an antibiotic.
Yeah, I don't understand how it works.
you have to take them every day. You like can't miss a dose, otherwise it like doesn't
That's
fully
the
heal. And then even you
craziest
have to
shit
keep
I've ever
taking
heard.
it even after it feels like it's healed. Otherwise, it can like hurt.
Look at
I'm a
ball,
doctor.
Ball doctor.
You had the same issue. You had
Yeah,
a torn nut.
yeah. It was a.
I'm the only person in here that's never torn
It
a ball.
wasn't. It wasn't my nut. It was part of my groin, but I felt it in my.
Oh,
nuts.
so you had a similar experience.
Yeah, that's.
You had to
I
take
just,
the antibiotics?
I just thought. Yeah, we just talked about this.
I didn't know you were taking. I thought you just said it healed itself. I didn't know you had to take.
No, I went. I saw a doctor. He found my ball. I thought because I also thought I had a hernia,
Yeah.
and then he
Did you have
checked
to
it.
get an ultrasound?
No, he just felt them up
Okay.
and then had me cough, and he's like, "No, you're good, brother." Dude, I should have been ashamed. I hadn't shaved in so long. I literally
Neither
made a
have I.
comment. Are you supposed to comment to doctors like, "Sorry, I haven't shaved"? Like they're not about to put that in their mouth. Anyway,
yeah. Then
I did say that,
Depends
and he
on the
said,
doctor,
"You're
really.
good,
That's
dude."
funny.
The doctor was so chill. I miss having health insurance. I just want to go visit him.
You want him to touch your balls again?
Be like, "Hey, look how much better my balls are doing, doc."
yeah.
Well,
They're
But
shaved
yeah,
this
no, I
time.
just got antibiotics. I took them, it healed, and then I was out slinging plastic
There you
in the woods.
Yeah, the other part of the bit is that my mom thinks I have ball cancer now, and so she'll tell me like, "Don't put your phone in your pocket" or stuff like that.
Yeah. I try not to do that either.
Yeah, I've been trying not to do that.
It's
just in
crazy that
general.
I can actually like possibly do something.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, phones fuck you up.
yeah,
I try to keep as much distance from my phone as I can.
same.
My penises are.
I leave it on the other side of the room when I sleep.
Mm-hmm.
I used.
like lay on mine.
Yeah, that's not good, dude. I used
I'll
to
be
have it in my
watching
front
videos on
pocket, and
Lemon
then
shoves it up his ass when he goes
a few
to
years
I've
ago,
like woken up with it like in between my butt cheeks.
a few years ago, I started doing the back pocket because that felt like further away from my balls. But
that-
then I
then
heard
you're
that's
gonna
bad
get-
for your kidneys.
You're gonna get ass cancer.
I'm not too concerned about. I'm more concerned about the kidneys.
Well, prostate
You
cancer.
know what you should do is
common
you
in
should
guys.
get. My mom has a big strap, so her phone is almost like a little purse. So you should do that.
Just dangles on her arm.
Yeah.
Yeah, you should get like a
That'd be
like a
kinda
gun holster.
fun. It's just
Put your phone in it.
Yeah.
Well, that's literally just right next to his.
Eric,
balls.
have you been checked for?
Abe
Have you had your
this.
prostate checked ever?
No.
You ever been
No, I have not.
fingered in the butthole?
No.
No.
Never had my prostate checked. Although I did have
You're
a.
getting there, dude.
I got a lump on one of my nuts that was discovered like 10 years ago. And so I went to the doctor. I was very afraid.
Uh-huh.
And he was like, "It's cool. It's not a bad lump."
You're just growing a third ball.
He said it was
You have so much
it was a
testosterone.
cyst.
So
Yeah,
much
exactly.
semen.
Right. And
I'm prescribing you
now that I'm
jerk
doing
off.
jujitsu, I have a couple more, So it's
Ball
not really,
cysts?
just
Really?
all these
I feel
ball
like such
nuts
a
grown
vulnerable. Your balls are so vulnerable. Like
in jujitsu.
yeah, because
Yeah,
like
sometimes
don't they like
they
put
are.
their legs in between yours?
Yeah, there's a lot of scissoring
Yeah, they
going
can-
on.
Yeah,
we
we
just
squish your shit.
every time we go to jujitsu, we just rub our nuts against each other.
Do you guys have
It's
large
not good.
testicles?
I think I have
I
regular
don't
size,
have no. That I don't have large testicles.
I have kind of large testicles. It doesn't show. It doesn't show in my actions. I'm rather cowardly for a man with big balls, but
Hey, I don't know if mine are proportionate to my body.
yeah, no, mine are kind of big. One time, my former sister-in-law, like kicked me in the butt, and I wasn't wearing underwear, so she kicked me in the balls because, yeah,
they're dangling.
that's when I found
You got some
out. She's like, they're
danglers.
not supposed to be there.
Well, they are, bitch. So don't fucking kick me.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You have a brother?
A
Yeah.
sister. Oh, right, brother.
yeah,
And I never thought about that. You have
yeah.
a brother?
I have a brother and a sister.
Really?
I had two
Aren't
brothers.
they older than you?
What happened to
Yeah.
your brother?
So Kurt Cobain.
Ooh, with a shotgun?
Yeah, heroin and shotgun.
Oh, so that's why you had that Kurt Cobain joke.
Yeah, everything but the
I didn't know
music.
that was true.
Yep, a lot of my stuff is true.
Damn.
I don't remember that bit.
Well, that's exciting.
Yeah, I don't do it a lot because it's really uncomfortable when no one laughs.
You know, it's
Because
part
they'll
of the
like
game.
kind of be on board for like the first two parts because it's like I'm not gonna do the bit, but there's like two punchlines and then there's the punchline.
Right. You don't want someone
But-
watching this to not come see you do that. And it's-
Right.
Yeah, no,
Or
that's one that I
steal
can
it,
never
you know?
post because my mom saw that I did that joke. She would be very sad.
Yeah. I have some of those. Oh, and shout out Crowbar. He was at the roast battle.
Yeah.
That was,
Thanks for coming, brother.
yeah, that was awesome.
Crowbar, where's the masks?
Oh, yeah.
He brought the mask. He had
Yeah,
Gabe
but we
sign.
need
No.
masks to put on the wall.
Yeah,
We got the stickers going. That's a good touch. I like to think.
shout out Crowbar. He got a promotion at his job. so
Oh, good for
yeah.
you, Crowbar.
Crowbar, tell us about your balls.
Yeah, leave a comment. What are
Yeah,
your
leave a
balls like?
comment. How are your balls doing, everybody? Any
Yeah.
lumps that
Radius.
the
Everyone
internet
check your
should know
balls.
about?
Get an
Radius.
ultrasound on your balls.
Yeah, any
If anything,
tears?
this is a PSA for people to like get their balls
Yeah,
checked.
check your balls.
It's men's whatever month.
Men's balls awareness
month. Yeah.
month.
Honestly,
People
I'll-
can argue about that on Facebook.
I'll do a competition.
A
If
ball
you
competition?
measure the diameter of your balls and you comment it, whoever has, I don't know, I'll do a raffle. Just everyone do it.
All right. Yeah.
I was gonna say whoever has the biggest ones, but then people would be lying.
Right.
yeah.
it's
What you have to
incentive
attach
lie.
photograph.
Yeah, it has to be realistic. So I'll measure my balls to make sure no one's.
No, we need a picture of the measurement. That's how
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you send us a picture of your balls,
Lemon
I'll
sack.
give you $5. The prize is $5.
You gotta-
Comment the diameter of
That's a
your balls.
very apt prize.
If
for
you're
a guy
a
named
woman,
Lemon Sack.
You gotta,
If you're a
you
woman-
gotta send Lemon Sack a picture of your lemon sack.
If you're a woman, clit flap
All right.
measurements.
Labia.
I don't think that's what it's called.
That's something else I've been trying to figure out. Is like
Pretty sure there are. That is what it's called.
like doing a bit about how like as guys your penis like goes down, and so you get like embarrassed about showing someone your tiny peen, but women don't really have anything like that because like
Women are just generally embarrassed about their bodies.
yeah, but like if they're flat chested, they can't do anything about that because it's not like their tits grow and shrink like.
But they can
like a
still be
dick.
embarrassed about it.
Yeah, I'm sure, but I'm trying to like make
Well,
it as a
Some of
bit.
them like won't even take
I
their
mean,
bra off
having
during
a
sex.
small dick is not really something you can control either.
Not
get
small dick, but having a flaccid dick.
Your
I
dick
think
is
having
almost
a
always
flaccid
smaller
dick,
when
even
soft.
if it is small, is probably a better look than walking around just fucking rock hard.
That's you
What if
guys.
you're rock hard and
I'm
had a small dick?
misunderstanding what you're
You're
saying.
missing the bit. I'm trying to make this into a bit.
Okay.
Is that like you only show someone your penis when it's hard? If you're
Not always.
all right, whatever.
It's
Well,
usually
you-
not hard when I'm
Prefer someone to
when
see
I'm
your
swinging
penis.
it around in the LA Fitness locker
Right.
room.
If you're displaying your penis,
You prefer someone to see your penis larger than smaller, larger than flaccid.
Yeah.
But women don't have anything like that.
well, I
the
guess
tits?
like the equivalent would just be like if their pussy was like super loose. Like if you could fit like a cue ball in there, that'd probably be a problem.
Or
But that's like not
real,
a thing.
Real
There's
floppy,
like no women like that.
Floppy pussy lips.
I guess.
Well, you can have floppy lips but still have a tight hole. You know.
Yeah, women who watch the P-Boys. If any of you exist,
What are-
endless?
What about your vaginas? Are you embarrassed
yeah,
about?
Yeah,
leave a
what's-
comment.
Tell us.
You'll be entered in the raffle
most
as well.
embarrassing part of your vagina.
Yeah,
I'm serious. I'll actually like give $5 to
sure.
anyone who
We'll-
comments
we'll do
the
that.
thing about
Their ball diameter.
your.
Are you going to New Way?
Vegbearsments.
Probably not.
Okay. Lemon.
Gabe wants you to sign him up.
I know. I saw that.
I'm sorry I looked at your phone.
It's all right. I don't care.
I see the last name Jervis, and I'm like,
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
That
You
crazy
already
text.
started.
love Gabe.
Yeah, it did.
I don't know. I'm not proud.
Paul is probably still going, so
Huh.
Oh, yeah.
that motherfucker's been taking his
Yeah,
time.
bro. He loves doing time at the top.
And then,
But also, like, nobody's there, so
Yeah, I guess.
whatever.
yeah, I've seen him, like, do 15 minutes to, like, 3 people in silence. And, like, people would, like, leave. And then, like, when he's done, he's like, I just did 15 minutes, everybody.
No. Lately, he's been going overtime, dude.
Oh, my God.
Paul's getting ready for his special or something.
Yeah.
Like, it's never the same thing. He doesn't have bits. He just
He does
riffs.
that.
He's got his Jimmy Hoffa bit that's never
Yeah.
worked.
He has his Nino Salvaggio bit.
Right. He loves to talk about Andiamos.
The only joke that I've seen him do, like, consistently for, like, more than, like, a few weeks is the pinball one.
Pinball story. Yeah. Shout out, Paulie.
Friend of the pod,
Yeah.
Paul Pipitone.
Yeah, I don't know. I think I'm gonna take the night off because I gotta lock in, as the kids say, to like videos. I have so much shit that sketch we made.
Come to Winners, you faggot.
Like, no, dude, I gotta lock in. I gotta like knock out a bunch of videos. I want to just like get everything done tonight
Yeah,
for the next like couple weeks.
I gotta lock the fuck in. I gotta get a little bit of work done and go for a walk.
Nice.
And
Got
I gotta cut weight for the big jiu-jitsu tournament on Saturday.
Do you guys want to plug anything? I don't know when this is gonna come out.
IBJJF this Saturday.
Yeah, I don't know when this is
International
so.
Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu Federation competition.
Book me on your shows. I'll be in Canada in August.
I was feeling much more confident when I signed up, but then since I signed up,
Nerves have been...
kind of got my ass kicked.
Really?
Not ass kicked, but like, I'm like, ugh.
Now you're
You've been
sounding like
doubting your
Malachi.
abilities.
No, whatever.
You'll do fine.
I mean, it's my first competition. So it's like, I'm kind of mostly going just to get it out of the way,
Right.
you know?
Yeah, just don't have expectations. Just do it to do it, and then
Yeah,
you can't be disappointed.
exactly. I'm treating it like a comedy competition where it's like, yeah, if I win, cool, but if I don't, then whatever. You know, it's just another chance to roll, get some reps in. But apparently, yeah, when you get competition, it's just like, it's way more intense. So we'll see.
Yeah, I don't have.
It's
any-
only as intense as you
I-
make it.
I have stuff booked, but I doubt people in France are gonna watch this, so there's no reason to promote.
Frogs, come
watch
out
me
and
do
see
stand-up.
Joseph
Come watch me.
tell jokes in your gay city.
They're all English shows, so
Yeah, no, they love speaking English out there.
yeah.
but
I'm gonna be like a big deal out there.
yeah, no, you're...
They were pumped. They were pumped. I like messaged a couple people, and they put me on all their shows. I'm like, I'm gonna be a big star over there.
So it's like that.
Don't forget about us, Joe.
I know. I should just move to France and just be like the new guy over there.
be the regular.
Next big thing.
I'm gonna start like French Kill Tony.
You got to come up with like a joke about like Ariana Grande concerts.
Yeah, that'd be funny. I was like, I'm gonna bomb harder than that fucking Ariana Grande concert a couple years ago.
There we go.
Yeah.
What happened? She had a concert the bomb?
Yeah, there was a terrorist attack at a Ariana concert in France.
I actually didn't know that.
That was like a big
Interesting.
deal. You didn't remember that?
Nope.
There was I watched one of Izzy's videos where he was explaining that Death Grips had a concert that same night, and there was some connection between Death Grips and Ariana Grande that led to that bombing. And so he thinks that it was called upon by Death Grips to bomb that show.
What the fuck?
Yeah,
It's crazy.
Who is Izzy?
friend of the show, Izzy Griffin. Shout out Izzy.
Is she the guy
What
that
up,
you had
Iz? the
Zoom?
Yeah, we had a
cast
Zoom with
Yeah.
him. He had like the
Oh.
eyeballs in the back.
Yeah, I didn't realize he was a conspiracy theorist.
No, he's a big conspiracy
He's
guy.
all about
I would have been very uncomfortable if I was there.
Really? Why?
Because I would have been like, what the? I don't have much to say that isn't like laughing.
because usually you won't shut the fuck up.
Yeah, dude.
Oh, No, I don't really have clips, but like I would have been like afraid to offend him because like, wait, you like true like you devote your life to this?
I don't say he devotes his life to it, but
Well, he makes money doing it.
does he? He talks about it. Well, who knows?
Shout out
Is he?
Izzy, friend of the show.
Who the fuck knows?
I don't know. The clips I saw, he wasn't talking about conspiracy stuff. He was kind of funny. I was like, oh, I missed a good one.
Well, there's at least one clip or something. We talked about Shane Gillis.
Yeah, we talked about Shane
Like,
Gillis.
Oh yeah,
being
I saw
sad.
that. I didn't realize he was a conspiracy guy until I saw the clips of this podcast.
Yeah.
I went to like his Instagram.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Gabe. Let's call Gabe and then we'll end the episode.
You want to call Gabe?
Oh, he's texting me. He said, "I'm there, baby. Can you sign me up? I'm stuck behind a train." I don't know what this is about.
He's stuck on a train.
Gabe,
What?
are you still stuck on the train?
I'm still, yeah, dude. I've been stuck behind it for like fucking, for like 40 minutes, dude. It's like stopped, it's dead.
Oh, I'm sorry, dude.
Yeah, it fucking sucks.
That sucks.
It's going backwards. Great.
Oh, that sucks. That's weird.
Can you turn
Hop
around?
on it.
Yeah, I should hop on it. I should just fucking at this point just walk to New Way. I probably would have got there by now.
Are you on 9 Mile?
Yeah, like close to it. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I think I know the train stop you're referring
I
to.
should have just got on to 696. This always happens around this time. I swear to God.
Damn.
Fun day.
And it closed.
Well, yeah, I would sign you up, but I'm not there. So
Oh, okay.
yeah,
No worries.
but
All right.
yeah. What do you have any thoughts you want to say about what's going on in Iran and Israel?
Those videos were pretty fucking wild.
Yeah.
I mean, holy shit.
Yeah.
Just like
What videos?
bombing the city. That's crazy. I mean, honestly, it looked pretty cool.
It did look pretty cool.
Crazy, but you know that it sucks. It's bad.
Yeah.
I think it's bad. War is bad. We should not kill people.
Thanks for the insight.
War is kind of
Gabe.
cool though.
Yeah, really good.
It did look cool though, right?
It did look cool. I saw a video of some guys at like a Lebanese club watching like the bombs fly over them to Israel, and they were like all partying. Yeah. Gabe, when's the next episode of the Not Gabe podcast coming out?
Dude, I have fucking no idea. I fucking suck.
You don't
At some
suck,
point,
dude.
Something will happen.
Yeah, we should take mushrooms and do a podcast.
You said what?
We should take mushrooms and do a podcast.
We should. I mean, maybe. I don't know. Yeah. I get really talkative on mushrooms, so that might work.
I'll just laugh, but it'll be good. It'll be good content.
Yeah, it'll be great. It'll be great.
Yeah.
We'll
It'll just be like,
yes,
dude,
video.
what is? And I'll be like, ah!
Yeah, we should have done that shrooms episode before I decided to go sober. Bummer.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you ruined it,
Damn,
dude.
you already sober?
I ruined it.
Yeah.
I'm
For
the
now.
worst.
Maybe that could be like your last big hoorah, like doing a mushroom episode.
Yeah, it could. You already.
Ask
I'll
the
think
mushrooms if
about
you
it.
should go sober.
Ask the
Dude,
mushrooms.
Yesterday I was at New Way.
Maybe.
Like the free pool.
I'll ask Sasquatch.
The girl was flirting with me so fucking hard. It was like, I was like, what universe am I in right now? Why is this happening? Dude, I shook her hand and I was like, damn, you got a firm grip. And she's like, that's not the only firm, or what did she say? That's the only tight grip I got. And I was like, Jesus Christ.
Why didn't you go home with her?
Did you pursue her sexually?
Yeah, what'd she look like?
She said she's coming tonight to see comedy. And I was like, please, for the love of God, don't do that.
Why?
What?
I doubt she's actually coming. She was pretty drunk.
I'm gonna come.
I didn't want
Oh, okay.
Oh,
That's
okay.
fair.
That's
That's
smart.
the best time to take it.
Yeah, I think she was just saying shit.
Well, I
Well,
hope,
that means that there's a seed of
I hope it works
reality
out
there.
for you, Gabe.
Yeah, we'll see. She's a redhead, too.
Ooh.
Yeah,
fun.
Gabe, are you looking for the one, or are you just kind of playing the field?
Absolutely the fuck not. No, Joseph. I'm trying to get my dick wet.
Yeah.
Have you tried taking a shower?
No.
Oh.
Never do that. Oh my God, it's hot. My car has no AC, and I'm just fucking sitting here.
Well, now your dick's probably wet now because you're sweating.
What the
You said what?
fucking shit?
Are you sweating?
Yeah, I'm sweating.
So your dick is probably wet right now.
Yeah, it is. Okay, I'm hopping out of my car. It's fucking hot.
Are you still at the
look
train
that
stop?
wind. Oh, I'm right by the train, dude. You hear it?
Not really.
Yeah, it's rumbling. All right, well, I'll let you guys continue podcasting.
All right. Well, I miss you,
All right,
Gabe.
Peace. Peace.
He hates you. I love you though.
That was Gabe Jervis, ladies and gentlemen.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Former P-boy, current young boy. Yeah, thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next time. Big peace.
Pop, pop, pop.
Number one. Out of the number one Metro Comedy Podcast. No big deal.